The reason why you're not locking in or you have a hard time finding a way to is because you just don't have that good of a reason or a good enough reason for yourself. Okay? I'm a notorious lazy person. I've been like lazy all my life. Like, I literally had to get dragged out of my bed by my dad to go to school in the morning. I barely ever made the bus. And for the past week, I've waken up at like 5:30 every day to go to Muay Thai class, came back, did strength training, and then like maybe boxing rounds with my friend. And then I went to Muay Thai class in the evening, came back, ate food, went to bed, did minimal scrolling. And you know, this is not in my character at all, but I'm not going to rule that out because don't be a knob to yourself, okay? Don't say this isn't you when you're trying to be something else. But the reason you can't lock in is because you don't have that good of a reason. Like, the way Muay Thai comes so easily to me is because, well, my dad used to like hit me a little bit as a kid and as like a teen and like growing up, so now I got a complex in me. And because of that, and because I take like public transport a lot, like I go alone a lot everywhere, I'm kind of like a loner by choice. Like, it's more dangerous for me in the world because I just be going wherever the hell whenever I want. And you know, and the delusional side of me is telling me somebody could jump me anytime. And I'm a woman, so I gotta work 2 times as hard just to fend off a man. And then I got that complex in the back of my head of, you know, getting hit growing up, or just like being scared like I'm getting a book thrown in my face as a kid. Like, that's a damn good reason. And those thoughts are very distant from me. Like, I've healed from that. But obviously that's like a part of yourself. It'll always be there. You know, if you kind of wipe it away from your memory completely, it will feel like you're abandoning yourself a little bit. And I keep it there because I'm not ashamed of it. Like, it's fuel for me. That's why, you know, Joe Rogan or something is so good at spinning back kicks in Taekwondo, because he used to get like bullied as a kid, or like this kid in the locker room held him down. Or this is why kids who are bullied growing up or they're fat and growing up and they're ugly, their cut is insane and their gym arc is insane, and they're able to maintain their like ripped like physique because in the back of their mind they're thinking about when they were bullied, when they're like treated like shit. And that's a good enough reason to never go back there again. Like, this is why it's so hard for people who have it good to work on something. Like Ronaldo's kids, like he fears they're not going to have that same fire, because why would they? They already got a dad who's rich as hell. Like, they don't have to work for anything if they choose not to. I mean, hopefully he can find a way to like instill that in him. But for people who have it good, it's hard to build a mindset to lock in. Because why do you need to lock in? You don't have a good reason to. You need to use your biology to your advantage. We lock in for survival reasons. Like Conor McGregor on his like uprising, he was fucking beast. But now he's like lax as hell. And he used to say like partying was weakness for the soul and everything. But once he got money, he just didn't lock in like that. He wasn't like that good of a fighter, like that good of a mindset anymore. I'm also gonna bring up Johnny Kim. He's Korean. He's that, you know, the Asian parents meme. The guy who was like a Navy SEAL, a Harvard graduated doctor, and an astronaut. He got a beer bottle smashed on his head by his dad. Like, his arc, he's able to achieve so much in life because he got so much shit to overcome. Like, it's the overman mindset that Nietzsche introduced, you know? And you very well probably will never reach the level of achievement he has because you just don't have that trauma that he's been through. The shit he's been through is he's able to lock in because he thinks about that and doesn't want that shit to happen again, or wants to, you know, be so far detached from that from his childhood reality that he fucking killed in life. But if you haven't made it yet, like, you need to lock in and find your reason. Because when you're alone in your room or some shit and think about like all the reasons why, you know, you're a fucking loser, and one of them like helps you lock in, then take that, use that to your advantage. Because not a lot of people have that, or a lot of people do, but they're not using it right. And the reason why it's so easy to keep scrolling is we're not specific about the reasons why we want to change. When we're scrolling on the phone, we're saying like, oh, like, I feel so shit about myself, like I need to change to not feel shit about myself. But what is the solution to that? You know, more scrolling, because scrolling does sometimes not make you feel shit about yourself, seeing like the dopamine, and that cures your problem, because you don't want to feel shit about yourself. So you keep scrolling for some like little hits of like happiness, and it's like kind of fixed the problem. So you just need to be more specific about the problem you're trying to fix here, and make sure it's something you actually want to do. Like, you don't gotta go like the whole Goggins route, like who's gonna carry the boats and the logs, like, oh, I gotta lock in, like get fit as fuck. If you don't have a reason to get fit as fuck, it's not gonna work. Like, if you weren't bullied as a kid, if you're not like fat as fuck and like literally about to crash out like at rock bottom, I don't think it's gonna work. And that's like a natural thing. But you know, the times are really good right now, and weak times, good times create weak people. So if you are in like a very like privileged situation, I'm not saying this isn't me, because I would say I am too. You gotta create something in your mind, like use any type of trauma, drag it out of the depths, and use that to lock in. And you know, discipline should not be an insane amount of friction. Like you see those videos on Instagram where they're like, same video up here, same video down here, motivated, unmotivated. Sure, but it shouldn't be like you're like fighting yourself, like literally like clawing onto your reality to not do this thing. Discipline is for like when you're like just almost need over the hump, because you should not be needing like an insane amount of discipline every way just to get something done. I think you're just choosing the wrong thing, because your body's telling you that's not what you want to do. For me, martial arts, like, I want to get better at martial arts, so everything I have to do to get there, it's like whatever, because the end goal is so like beautiful and I want it so bad. Like, everything else is like, I'll do it, it's fine. Everything else just falls into place. You choose the right reason, and all the other things you need to do will not be that hard. You will not need to have this like crazy like Goggins level discipline just to do anything. If you're finding yourself needing that, then reevaluate your life choices, your life goals, what you want to do, because you might be just putting the right type of effort into the wrong thing. This is the same reason why I never felt any motivation or enough discipline to get in shape. Like, I'm literally a stick. I don't have any like motivation really. Like, sometimes I got made fun of being called a stick, like, oh, you look anorexic growing up, but they're by ugly and fat people. Not that it would matter if they were skinny, but now that I do martial arts, it's like me being fit is a byproduct of that. I was already lean, but now I'm like more toned. Like, my jawline has never been this sharp. So there are side effects that are benefits as well. And if you lock in on something you really like and start working towards it, even though it won't feel right all the time, but it will feel more right than sitting at home, it will really feel like you're making like a valuable, meaningful change in your life. Like, life will just start looking like a flower blooming, trust me.